Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today I'm doing just a little chatty, get ready with me, and trying out a couple new products. I'm also showing you how I got this eye makeup using a new product. So if you want to chat and see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I thought it'd be fun just to do a little like chatty get ready with me using a couple of the items I picked up in my Sephora spring sale haul. But I figured I would do this rather than doing like a full-blown first impressions on the palette that I'm going to use, only because this palette is not brand new, so I feel like it would just make more sense to kind of do it in a casual get ready with me style video. And I can talk to you guys about quarantine and all that, so let's go ahead and jump into it. I am going to be using my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base along with my Tatcha to prime the skin. The thing I love about this Bobbi Brown is that it truly is so hydrating and you don't need a lot at all. So in a sense, I technically am double moisturizing with this primer because I do my skincare in the morning, you know, as I normally would, and then depending on when I'm getting ready, like for instance right now it's a Saturday, I'm filming this in the afternoon. I put my skincare on after my shower this morning after my workout, so I had some time to set in. But even if I was doing it for like work, usually what I would do is like get up, do my skin, like wash my face, brush my teeth, do skincare, go do something else for a little bit, and then go in with my makeup, and then I am with this again, which is basically another moisturizer. So I guess you can never have too much hydration in the skin. So then I just take a little bit of the Tatcha into the T-zone. I still really want to try the liquid silk canvas, but I did not pick it up just because for this Sephora sale haul, I really wanted to focus on just getting items that I actually kind of needed or would be more like necessity based. I know the palette is not really a necessity, but I did want to get one fun thing, you know. Everything else I got was pretty much had a purpose. In the past, I remember one time I spent like $700 during a VIB sale, and that is just insane because that's just insane, you know. And a lot of it wasn't even stuff that I was like repurchasing, like it was all new to me items and just like palettes and Natasha Denona and all that. I think I even have that haul on my channel from when I did that, and my mindset around makeup has totally changed since then. You know, I know in the like early in the year I said I was doing like a no buy, low buy for the year, and I never ended up doing a video on it just because I kind of wanted to give myself some time to like see how I wanted to make my rules surrounding it, and really my overall thoughts on like makeup spending has truly changed just because I'm being way more mindful of like how I'm spending. I put so many things in my Sephora cart for the sale, and you know, I thought about it and I was like, I really don't need a lot of this stuff. Like I wanted to try out the Fenty like cream bronzer. I have really been wanting to try out some cream products, but I was like, you know, I have so many bronzers, powder bronzers in my collection that I just need to try to at least get through those a little bit before I buy more bronzer. You know, I actually have a video idea in mind would be to do, and I've seen these kind of go around on YouTube before, is like makeup products I'm no longer buying, or, and my kind of twist on it would be like makeup products I'm no longer buying slash not buying until I use up what I have. You know, I kind of thought about doing that as a video, and I probably will now that I've had some time to kind of like use my collection and use what I have. It's kind of just, I don't know, I just feel like my whole mindset on makeup purchasing has changed. And if any of you are struggling with like beauty spending, you know, buying excess makeup and stuff, definitely check out Whitney Hedrick. I think that's her name. I will link her channel below. She is very like, she's very to the point and like very honest with, you know, with how we spend. And even her, she's changed the way she's been spending on makeup. I know for 2019 she did an entire year of no buying, and I don't even think she gets a ton of PR either. I know she does get some, but I think she took herself off a lot of PR lists because she was just getting overwhelmed with her collection, and I'm sure a lot of us can feel that way. You know, even though I'm doing videos, you know, I consider myself still just like the everyday consumer. You know, I'm not a beauty guru. I mean, even, you know, when I hope my channel will grow more, but even when it does, I don't really see that I would be at the same level of some of these other gurus. And I really want my channel to be focused more on like the everyday type of consumer. Yes, I have a ton of eyeshadow palettes. That's like my one weakness. And I just feel like you get the most bang for your buck when it comes to eyeshadow palettes. You know, you spend 45, 50 bucks, but you're getting like a wide range of shades versus buying like a foundation that you spend 50 bucks on. It's like you're just getting a foundation, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I kind of want to be more focused like on the everyday consumer, even though I do have a large like palette collection, and I do have a large collection in other areas, especially considering like you only have one face, you know? But anyway, basically where I'm going with that is if you guys are interested in somebody who really focuses on like not overly consuming, especially in regards to the makeup realm, then definitely check out Whitney. She is, like I said, she's brutally honest about certain things too, and I feel like that's what we need to hear sometimes. So, I don't know. She's really good. I found her sometime last year. I don't even know how I discovered her channel, but I did, and I'm glad I did because I do enjoy her content. So I just put on my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer and the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. I use the concealer to prime my eyes, as you guys saw. Since I do that for every time I do my eyeshadow, I don't use an eye primer anymore. I used to have the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I think I still do have it, but at this point it's gotta be dried up, or like it was getting close to being dried up and used up. So now, honestly, I just use my concealer and it does a great job. I just want to make sure everything is blended out nicely. This tinted moisturizer, just honestly, you can do no wrong with it. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to go ahead and set my face down with my Giorgio Armani powder like I normally do. So I would love to know what you guys have been doing, watching, reading, anything, what you've been doing in quarantine. I live in Florida and they're trying to reopen some things, but it's obviously going to be a very slow process. You know, they don't want to create any problems. So it's been a crazy time, you know. I have been back at work the last couple weeks, but we are on like reduced hours and reduced days. So it has been a little bit of a hit for me, you know, but I am back in the office. I did work from home for like a month or so, and that was fine, but I do have certain duties in my job that like I have to be in the office for. There's certain documents I need that are in the office, so you know, I did have to go back. So I'm hoping that will pick up soon, but you know, everything is just, it's crazy. It's a crazy, crazy world right now. So in my TV show binging that I've been doing, since I have had a lot of free time, I have actually been re-watching Degrassi: The Next Generation, which I have seen this whole series through probably multiple times. I used to love watching this back when I was younger. I love Degrassi: The Next Generation. I never watched the other two that came before it, and I did watch the Degrassi: The Next Class. I don't love The Next Class as much as I do The Next Generation. To me, the OG, like, Next Generation people are the best. I mean, Drake is Jimmy. I just love, love, love that show. And I've been loving watching it again. And it's really funny because it was based, I don't know if it started in the end of the 90s or if it started in the very early 2000s. I want to say it started at the end of the 90s, but I just love it. And I love watching shows like that happen kind of before technology like really became big, you know? Like sometimes when you watch shows, even in Degrassi: The Next Class, they use their phones more and it's like more technology, more current, which fine, but I don't know, there's something about like the late 90s, early 2000s TV and movies that I love. So I've been watching that. I'm on season 4 right now. So if any of you guys have watched this show before, you know what happens in season 4. It's a crazy season, and I just love this show so much. Do any of you guys watch and love Degrassi? I would love to know. Obviously, I've been very bored. There's not a lot of new TV really coming out, you know, and I'm one of those people that like sometimes even when I do have new stuff to watch, I go back and like watch stuff that I've already seen a bunch. Like I'll go back and watch Full House for the 100th millionth time, which, fun fact about me, Full House is probably like my top favorite TV show ever. I have been watching that since I was a kid. I have every single season on DVD. I remember getting those seasons on DVD, like whenever I'd go to Walmart with my mom, every so often I would like beg her to get me the next season that I needed, and then finally I ended up with the whole collection, and I still have them even though I don't have a DVD player anymore. I just keep them because it's like, I don't know, to me it's like a piece of history, and I absolutely love Full House. That is like my feel-good show, like when I want to just put something on in the background that like I have seen that I love, I put on Full House. Now, don't even get me started about Fuller House. I do watch it. I have watched the whole thing so far. I know they're coming up on the last season here soon. It's not the same, honestly. It's just not. It's not like Full House. It's just not the same. I do love that most of the characters from the original series are in it, but there's certain aspects about it that are just cheesy. And I know the original Full House has some cheese to it too, but I don't know. I just love the original Full House. I mean, I have easily probably seen every episode 10 plus times minimum. I mean, honestly, I could probably say like 20 plus times, because when I was younger, when I had the seasons on DVD, I would literally just watch Full House. I would just put it in. I remember saving up to get a DVD player, and it was like the most amazing thing was getting a DVD player, you know, because I grew up on VHSs at first, so it was awesome to get a DVD player, and man, did I use that thing, especially for my Full House binging back when I was younger. So another show that I really, really love, I don't even know why I'm on this topic, but I also rewatched it recently, is The Middle. Now that is more of like it started, I don't know exactly when it started, but it is like, it did end a couple years ago, so it was like a newer type show. It had, I think, 9 seasons. And that's another one that's like right up there with me with Full House. Like I truly do love it. I can never get tired of it. Sometimes I'll just put it on because I have it to stream, and I just put it on and I can do whatever, and I just love that show. It's another one that's like just funny, and you know, they're a poor family, so I don't know, I just love watching that one too. So if you guys haven't seen The Middle, you should definitely watch it. But right now I'm on my Degrassi kick like I said, I've seen the whole series through before. But yes, so anyway, I've been rambling, but I went in with my Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics Mood Light powder, and I also went in with 2 shades from the Accent Light palette. Went in with my Marc Jacobs bronzer, which on camera, for some reason, it always looks so insane, but in person, it looks fine, so I highly recommend this. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna set my face really quick just to add some moisture back. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really like this. This is the Anastasia Dewy Set Spray, and the only reason I would say that I don't really like it is because, God, the mist is horrible on this. It's so harsh. It's so, like, you get sometimes little spots. That's why I have to, like, kind of dab it out on my skin with my beauty blender. It's just, I don't know. I don't really recommend this. I mean, it's fine. It's not my favorite. It's mainly just the sprayer. If they could fix the sprayer on this, I would feel so much better about it, but that sprayer is just intense. So my skin is looking pretty nice with very glow, and this is dewy, so it's like a dewy mist, which is nice. They just need to fix the sprayer. That's all they need to do with that. So now, alright, so now I'm going to move into the palette. Now, it's funny because when this first came out, I remember when it came out, and I wasn't like super drawn to it. Like, it is my type of palette, you know, it's like nudes. It's the Born This Way palette, which I believe they're basing it off of like the foundation shades. Like it's meant to be just like your everyday neutral palette, which I love those. But when it first came out, I wasn't like super, oh my god, I have to have it. Then I was kind of just browsing Sephora during the sale and like thinking, you know, I kind of wanted to get a palette for the sale, and this one, I watched a couple videos on it. It had pretty good reviews. I'm not normally super drawn to Too Faced stuff anymore. Like the extra spicy gingerbread palette and the regular gingerbread palette, those were the first 2 palettes I was truly like drawn to in a long time from Too Faced, and I usually don't keep up with their releases. So when I saw this, I was like, you know what, it is really pretty, and I am all about those everyday colors. So what the heck, let me give it a try, especially for 20% off. You really can't beat that. So we are going to go in and just do a normal everyday look. I do, you know, I don't want to go too crazy just because it's an everyday palette. I don't think you're going to be able to go too crazy anyway. But the first thing I want to do is I'm going to set my lids down, and I'm going to go in with the shade Swan, which is this lighter shade. The mirror on this is really nice, actually. And this packaging it's small, which I do like that. Like, it's not super big, and it's pretty light, but it does still feel weighted, even though it's like a cardboard package, which is nice because their tin packaging is okay. It's a little bit more bulky. Like, this is very, very thin. Would be super easy to go travel with whenever we can do that again. So, you know, let's hope for the best with this. So I'm dipping into Swan and just setting down my lid. Alright, so far, so good. That set everything down really nice. Alright, next we're going to go in with a fluffy crease brush, and I think I want to go in... I think I'm going to go in with the shade Nude, which is this one right here. I could go in with Seashell, but I want to keep the look more brown toned, which is pretty standard for me, but there's a little bit of kick up. Not too terrible, so I don't mind kick up, honestly. I really don't, but I know some people do, so I figured I should mention it. It's very minor though. It's not like an Anastasia palette. I'm just fluffing this on. This is actually a little bit darker than I was expecting it to be, considering how it looks in the pan. I mean, it's not super light, but it's not really dark either, so. Blending out really, really nice. As you can see, there's like no patchiness whatsoever. It blended really effortlessly. So far, so good. I mean, this is gonna be a very basic look, of course. I know most of my looks are relatively basic, but this is a nudes palette, so you can't go into it expecting that it's going to be some bright, colorful thing. You're gonna get everyday looks from it. Alright, so that color looks really nice. I'm really happy with how these are blending out so far. Next, what I want to do is I'm going to go in with like another smaller crease brush, and I think I want to take the shade Cocoa, which is this one, just to deepen up the crease a little bit more. Not a lot of kick up in this shade. I'm focusing this into like the main lower part of the crease, whereas the other one I kind of went a little bit like higher with. This definitely is deepening up the look. You can totally see the difference between the two. I think it's blending really, really nicely. These shades are honestly really easy to work with so far. I know I've only used like 3 technically, but I am pretty impressed so far. I mean, I've never had like a bad experience with Too Faced shadows, but like I said, I just don't use them a ton. I do have quite a few Too Faced palettes, like the chocolate bars and all those, but I don't use them a lot. So I do like this style of palette though, like the way they have this one laid out, the way the packaging is. I think it's just a lot more travel friendly. So here we go with how the eyes are looking. This one, I think this one needs a little bit more because this one's a little bit deeper. Then what I'm going to do is take that original fluffy crease brush. I'm just going to take a tiny bit of that nude shade, like literally just barely tapped in, and I'm just going to kind of buff out the edges, just to keep everything nice and seamless and clean. I think what I want to go in with is the shade Sugared Chestnut. It's like a nice brown, or there's sparkling sand. So sugared chestnut is this one, and this one's sparkling sand. So I think maybe I'll use sparkling sand. I don't know. I think I'm gonna use sugared chestnut though, just to stick with the brown theme. So I have a feeling these are going to apply much better with the finger, which is the shade, which is the norm for most shimmery like matte shadows, but I'm gonna go in with a brush at first just to see. It's actually applying better than I expected for a like metallic-y type shade. And I think what I want to do is, because I know I'm going to build up the outer corner to be deeper, I'm going to take the shade Sparkling Sable, which is the darkest shimmer shade, and kind of finish that onto the outer V area, because I am going to add some more depth to the crease with the accompanying like deep shade. So it seems like they have this as like these go together, these go, like they have it kind of as a theme. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and put that deeper shade in the outer corner, and then I'll go in with the matte version. And I'm just making sure to kind of blend these two together. So these are working fine. I know on the camera it looks like there's like missing shadow there, but there's really not. This always happens to me for some reason. On camera it always looks like I'm missing shadow in that spot. But anyway, I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. It is taking a little bit of building with the brush. I'm sure if I went in with my finger it would be way quicker, but it's working out with the brush fine. Okay, and then I want to take this like small brush, which this is the Morphe M506. I really love this for doing like more defined crease work, and I'm going in with the shade Truffle, which is the deeper shade that accompanies this one. I'm just going to kind of put that into the outer corner and into the crease a little bit, just to kind of deepen up the look in the outer portion. These are blending really, really nice. Taking that first shade we used, the shade Nude, just a little bit of it, and just kind of blending out the edges again. Alright, now we can go into the lower lash line. I'm going to keep it super simple. I'm just going to take that first shade Nude on a pencil brush, run that along the lower lash line, connecting it to the upper. My routine for the lower lash line usually never changes. I do pretty much the same thing. I just take the same shades I used in my crease and I bring them down to the lower lash line. You know, it's really funny because I remember when I first started doing makeup, like more seriously, like beyond just putting a shade on my lid, I never used to do lower lash line stuff. Like I never thought it was worth it or didn't make sense. And now thinking back, it's like, wow, how could you not put anything on the lower lash line, you know? It almost seems like a must, like a requirement now when you do eyeshadows. Now, if you were keeping it like super light on the top, I could see like getting away with no lower lash line, but for like any kind of smoky situation or like deeper colors, I feel like you just have to. I mean, there's no rules in makeup really. You can do whatever you want. That's the fun thing. But it's just funny to think about like old makeup habits, you know? I wish I could remember how I did my makeup before, like in high school. But honestly, I don't remember exactly how I did it. So it's funny how you forget things even though it wasn't that long ago for me. I'm just taking this, it has no additional product. I'm just kind of blending out the edges. I do think I went maybe out a little, actually, they look fairly even. So here's the situation so far. I am going to go in the lower lash line again and add just a smidgen of the cocoa shade. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think I'm going to add Truffle. So we'll see how it looks. I think that looks really, really nice. So now there is this nice like glistening snow. It's a really light shade. I think this would be really pretty for the inner corner. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on my pinky and put it on the inner corner. Oh yeah, that has definitely some like sparkle, like some shine. These aren't like glittery shades, they're just metallics, I would say. That looks nice. And then I will take just a flat brush and I'll take that shade Swan that we used and just put that on the brow bone area. Alright, so that is the eyes using the Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes palette, that's what it's called. I'm gonna add mascara and liner, of course, and a lipstick, but I know, like I said, on camera it looks like there's some missing stuff, but it really doesn't look like that in person. It looks super even and blended in person. These shades honestly blended out effortlessly. I mean, this look wouldn't have taken me that long. Of course, since I was babbling on about stuff, it takes longer. Always for video filming, makeup looks take way longer than they do if I was just really getting to the point and doing the look. So let me go ahead and add some mascara, eyeliner, lip color, and I will come back to wrap up the video. Oh, actually, I lied. I have some new mascaras to try from my haul. I am going to only try to open one at a time, use it up, and see how I feel. So I got this. It was $28 before the discount. It's the Sephora Lash Stash To Go set. And the reason I bought this was because I was thinking to get the Mercier Big Lancome Mascara. I had been wanting it for a long time because Kathleen Lights raves about it. But I was like, you know what, I'm getting this for less than what that would be, and I can try out these others, and there's a coupon in here for the full size of any of these. So I was like, you know what, let me try these out and just see how they work. So if you watch my Sephora haul, you will have seen me haul this. So I think I'm going to go in with, I really want to use the Mercier Big, but I don't know if I want to use that one first. Maybe I will use the Benefit They're Real mascara because I've heard some pretty good things about that. So I'm going to go apply all this stuff and then I will kind of wrap up my thoughts on everything and wrap up the video. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I am back. I did my mascara, eyeliner, lipstick, and all of that. I am wearing the Artist Couture Boy Toy lipstick. I really like this color and I really like the formula of this. So I just kind of want to wrap up my thoughts on the new products that I tried and wrap up the video. So I did use the Too Faced Born This Way palette, as you guys saw. Honestly, I really like how this eye look turned out. This to me is like a nice everyday look. This palette is a very great everyday palette. I can see myself using this a lot, especially for work. So far this has a win for me. I do have another video idea using this palette that I plan to do very soon. You probably won't see it for a little while just because I do pre-film videos and I have like a kind of a schedule that I go on, and I don't want to do too many videos with the same palette back to back. But that so far is a win. And then, like I showed you guys, and in my Sephora haul, you would have seen that I picked up this little mini combo of mascaras. It came with like 5 different ones. And I tried the Benefit They're Real mascara. Now, the wand on this is a little bit different than wands I'm used to. It's like a rubbery wand. But I will say, for the lower lashes, I feel like it really did make a big difference. I don't mind how my upper lashes look, but I don't know if it's exactly my favorite for the upper, but the lower lashes look so long. And you know, something I've noticed about mascaras, at least the ones I have used, is typically when you first open them, they're not as good as when they're open for a little bit and they kind of dry up just a tiny bit. Like, I'm not saying get super dry or clumpy, but like when they're first fresh, they're like super wet usually, and then after like a week of having it, then it kind of gets really good. So I'm excited to see how this will work after I use it a few more times. I don't know if I'm gonna open all of these like all at once because I don't want them to go bad, but I definitely really want to try that Mercier Big mascara very soon, so I may just open that one too and try it out. But so far I feel like this was a win for a couple of my Sephora purchases. Of course, I will do a follow-up to my Sephora haul like I have been doing, just to give you like a recap on everything I got and my thoughts, so stay tuned for that if you guys are interested. But I really enjoyed hanging out with you, talking about TV shows, and doing a lot of rambling. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe before you go. It would mean so much to me if you subscribed. My channel is growing slowly but surely. I am at 229 subscribers as I'm filming this. It's still mind-blowing to me that 229 people have subscribed to watch me, and I don't know, I love it. I love filming videos. I love just talking to the camera, talking to you guys. So I would love to talk in the comments. If you have any TV show recommendations, old, new, I would love to hear them. We can just chat about what we've been doing in this quarantine stay-at-home situation. So anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!